Hey, I'm back. That was just my youngest boy checking in. So here we are. Let me just double check you can see all of me. I just want to get that off here. Yes, I can go to the left bit. Okay. So I have gotten ready to start by doing what I always do, which is just threading up as many needles as I can find with, basically I just go through and choose a whole heap of colours that I like. I tend to then choose a needle and then just keep using that needle till I run out of the colour, because as I said before, threading needles is not one of my favourite things. I do have them quite long, but that's because, again, that helps me avoid threading needles. I also use one of these thimbles. So these are plastic. I actually got this one in Hervey Bay at the patchwork shop there, which sadly has flooded, but she is moving and reopening. So we'll definitely be paying her a visit when she reopens. So these go on your finger, and this little metal bit helps push, particularly when you're pushing through lots and lots of layers, and the plastic helps you grip it, because a few times I've slipped as I'm pulling really hard and ended up stabbing myself. So here we are, before and after. So I'm going to start adding bits and pieces. Now I'm going to start with the things that kind of are a feature. So I'm going to grab all these little bits of fabric. Probably do use a lot more fabric in my work than some people who do slow stitch quilts, but that's because I just love fabric and I have it. So I have cupboard full. I very rarely have to buy any, or I shouldn't buy any. So I'm just going to literally cut. See, look at those beautiful two tulips. Cut and place these little guys. And I don't necessarily want that straight edge to look like a straight edge. One. You done? Now this one I've got, it happens to be a strip, and that way up, isn't it? I do love this fabric. I'm going to cut one of these little guys off. In there, ready to go. That one there. All right, where am I up to? He's done as well. I'm going to, sometimes you lose it all in the busyness. This is gorgeous. I'm just literally going to cut that and fray it, and we're going to use it somewhere. It's a really different colour, and this French red I love. It's almost a watermelon type colour. So I'm not going to use the flower of this. I'm going to use the other side because I want the colour, not the flower. And look how beautifully that has frayed there. I'm going to use, home is where the heart is. I've just folded you over like a book. There's always books at home. I might make a little book. I want to make a book. I'm going to make him into a book. I might actually just also add this piece somewhere else. So I have two bits of you. This gorgeous red. Can I cut him that way? That is from a beautiful toile, and just the pattern on that. Look at that. I think I want the part that has quite a bit different directional kind of stuff. Don't really want you white. Let's have a look at some red check. So I have red check fabric. I've got a beautiful red check old French. This is a brown, red and brown and background check. That, which looks really too bright, I'm going to put you away straight away. And then this is a bias binding that you buy by the meter. Again, I got this from the Dew Drop In, I think, at Hervey Bay, and it actually tea dyes really well. I've actually used quite a bit of this as, say, like a frame like that, and it just seems to work really nicely. Actually, I quite like that there. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. So I've got that bit of red check. I kind of think I like 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a cat. Hang on. Come here, pussycat. Can you take him upstairs? No, he must have got out. Go and put him upstairs. Thank you, darling. Make sure the doors are shut. Oh, a little pussycat escaped. He's the pussycat of my my son and his partner. Obviously, has never been outside before. Got a bit of a fright then, but anyway, he's been saved. So I've got this gorgeous little offcut that I'm going to use, and let's see. Oh, and I have this, which is gorgeous. So I'm just going to push him up a bit so I can have my pieces at the bottom. And again, not overthinking. So I'm going to find some, I've got some fabric with text on it. I'm going to make a little book out of that. So just imagine that that is a book. I will find those bits in a minute. And grab these bits off here. So I always seem to end up with a horizontal element through my work. Just happens. I don't know how it happens. It just happens. I'm even thinking if I need it here and down. This is the middle panel. Yes, I like that there a lot. And down, where's my pins? Grab a few, hey? Sorry, I'm leaning right across because again, this is a big piece. It's 26 inches square. And I've zoomed you out so that you can see it all. So let me know if that's not working for you. So I don't want it straight. That's pretty boring. I do want a corner though. Like that. Now I am sticking a pin that way. Remind myself that it's there. And see how when I've stitched this down, I haven't stitched it to the end so that I can still put stuff underneath like that, because sometimes the layers don't happen in the right order for me. And sorry, I had a pin in my mouth. All the way down. See, I have stitched to there. I'll see how I go. If I want it to go further than that, I will just unpick this one little stitch so that it's straight. If you can see what I mean. Just when you think it doesn't need any more pattern, it absolutely does. And again, I want to go beyond this so that it just draws all that design together. Hope that little pussycat's all right. His name is Chester, and he's a fairly new addition to our home. Let me just fold this back like that. I don't mind that being splayed out at the bottom. Just remind me that I've got that pin facing the wrong way. I try to avoid that at all costs. Go in there, you. There we go. Okay, so red check is done. Let's just move him off. Hopefully you can still see everything. So now that I have that big piece of red check, can you see how your eye is drawn to different colors? So I'm going to balance that a little bit by either, I might just pop you here and tucked behind. Can't quite see him. Where do I want it? Maybe I even want him. So I'm just going to do a bit of a roll here. So this is why you want your pins all facing in the right direction. I might just pop him literally right up here in the corner like that, or a little more half. Yes. Oops. Yeah, a bit of gymnastics for my pin. Okay. Okay, so I've got some red check, some red check. Let's have a look if I am balanced. I'm popping up to it through the camera that you can see. There we go. And so I have this little bit of red check left. At the moment I've I've got bits of red throughout. It's looking fairly balanced. And so I've got this bit. I have this bit that's visible here. See, this little hat was here, this little beautiful crocheted sun hat. And when I looked through my camera, I could see immediately that it wasn't right because I've got 1, 2, 3 through the middle and then this random circle. It did not work there. So I will definitely put this gorgeous sun hat on somewhere, but just not there. That might be one of the decisions at the end. All right, so I have my red check. I'm happy with that. Happy with that so far. I have that pieces back up. I'll look at it in a moment and don't like it. Okay. So then I have my little book. I quite like him kind of just tucked here. And again, I will have to do something with him before he becomes a book. I might even do a little bit of stitchery on the front, like a little flower or a little love heart or something or other. All right, so that's some of those little pieces that I was talking about. Now let's have a look at now that I have used the red check, this little piece might be the third balancer of that. Or maybe I have 2 books. I'm just going to pin that and think about it. No, I don't like it. I'm not going to think about that at all. I'm going to just literally not make it I don't want it a regular shape. I'm going to literally just stitch him in there. And then turn it the other way. And make it a bit of a irregular shape. Stitchity, stitch, stitch. There we go. I will just tuck this first bit a little bit under here. This one, it will just become part of the skin of the piece. There we go. And again, these will have stitching on them to make them interesting. I'm going to move on from my red because I have just put quite a bit of red on. Now I've got this fabulous thing here. Fabulous colour. So if you're looking at where I am unbalanced, see there's not a lot here, but that green is really bold. So it also is a place that your eye can go for a breather. This white is a place that your eye can go for a breather. I think that this guy needs to be here. Sorry if I'm leaning across. Tuck him up and under. But thinking about that. Nope, not working. Taking that off. I have these 2 little tulips off one of the, like that. So I don't think I want, oh, do I? Maybe I do want it tucked under there. See how it gets more lost because you've put the line there, whereas when it's here, just the fact that it's in front of something, it's got that crochet behind it, makes it bulge out a bit, makes it a bit wonky, makes it really have a lot more impact. Okay, he's there. I feel like almost that could be a just to make this a little bit more interesting. I'm just going to cut it, follow the shape of the little thingamajigger, whatever it's called. And again, I'm not trying to be even. I want to be uneven that way up. Just see. Stop, you say. There is so much room on here yet. Okay, so no, just looking at all my golds and yellows. I'm thinking that if anything, I probably need you. I need you up here. But I really like that edge. See, I don't want to lose that little bit. I could tuck him under though. Good. Sorry, come across. I have my little bird. Isn't he gorgeous? So I do have these birds here. I have my two little bluebirds that were off this doily. I am going to, like I said, I'm going to stitch around that and make that a feature. I don't know that I'm going to fit you on here, Mr. Rooster. I could fit a rooster on the roof, but he's the wrong. It's not the right size. I'm going to put my bird away for a minute and go for these smaller pieces. So these are, I'm going to pop them there where I can see them all the little guys. I have my dogs. I'm going to cut him there, cut and tuck. And I'm going to tuck him just there like that. This will be loose. He will not be. Scotty dogs, definitely. Yeah, I don't have an FF. Home is where the heart is. He's gorgeous as well. We always have dogs. I don't know about you. We always have dogs. Home's not a home without a dog. Should I include the bone? Yes, let's include the bone. Look at my wonky. Rachel. Sarah would be very proud of me. Or Rachel would be very proud. She's the wonky cutter, isn't she? There you go. Better. So, there you go, little guy. And again, home is where the heart is. This is about what means home to me. So, you may not like dogs. You might like, something else. There. God, I don't even think that's a pin anymore. I just want him. Yeah, just like that. I have blue dogs already. I have that one already. Where am I? Where's all my bits here? You over there. I'm not going to put you on. I am going to put a basket or two. And I do have one bee somewhere, a little red guy. Where are you? Up here? I should put another one. So I'm going to cut you in a circle. There we go. Done. Find a little home for him. Somewhere along. He might just be here. Just to break that up a little bit, I think. I think that will work. I'll put him there. That'll just break up that big strip of red so it's not so visible. Look, I found 2 more needles. Fantastic. Okay. So that's going to be on top of there. What do I have left? I have little pussycats. These are Max and Louise. These are new. That Max and Louise are an Australian duo, 2 ladies, and they make fabulous, pretty little prints. They do lots of very cute, what they call shirting fabrics or conversation fabrics. And this is a recent one. This and the little ducks. I know they have some squirrels and rabbits. And it's quilting fabric, but it's perfect for us. For us over here in the world of slow stitching. You can see why I keep every little scrap, because look at that. Look at him go. So I will put them together. Might put them there. Look at that. They'd look good in a window, wouldn't they? I want to be down there. They're in the garden, sort of. Or do I just bung them there? The door's open. Trim that a bit more so it doesn't go outside the white. A bit more on that side. Not sure about that, but I will just leave it and have a think about it. Look at it through my camera. What do I have left? Another cat. This is some more Max and Louise, little ducks. Don't need a toadstool today. I have blue ones, don't want red ones. Have enough red. and I knew we'll definitely put some stamps on. So I do love these little dogs. Look how gorgeous he is. He can just sit anywhere. Where can I pop him? Where is there a little hole? Oh, there's a dog there. Too close to that dog. This needs to be sewn down again here. Just finding the right spot for him. There he goes. Whole lot of dogs, hey, but that's okay. So what are you working on? Are you working on a slow stitched quilt? Are you venturing into the world of big pieces? It's really not difficult. You just need to start small. Start small. Whatever size suits you, work to that size, and then just add them together when you're happy with it. See, that doesn't work for me. It's too matchy. I'd rather do that. That works better for me. It's better. So just some stamps from Kathy Holden's fabrics. Where am I? I've got that beautiful dog too. I'm thinking that are they the right way up? So I like them just along here. Just choosing the colours that I want to be. Cut the purple one off. Fray it up a bit. Run it along there, so to the green. And it will just kind of get sucked under there and it'll look like he's been there forever. There we go. What do you think? Too much? No such thing as too much. No such thing. Although, all right, I've got all this gorgeous background here. It's gorgeous. My house has got a door, I guess, and 2 windows. What do you think? I picked this up at the Sewn Basket in Sydney. There was 24 of them made like this, and they were like $8. I couldn't leave them there. They were, homeless, literally. So they're all the same, just all different fabrics. But it's just, I'm struggling with it because there's nothing. Oh, there we go. Let's do that. Do I want to do that? No. I'm just going to have to ignore the white. Ignore the white. It's what it's needed. It's needed so that you can see it. Stand down. This little bit's burning a hole in my hands. As you need to be. And again, more is more up. Nope. What if I... That's what I want to do. Do I want to see just the bottom of that? Like it's just there, but we don't know what it is? Yes, I do. Let's do that. And that is a gorgeous fraying on that side. Just more interest. There we go. Oh, again. Every now and then I just throw away all of my pins and go and get new ones because they just are terrible. So I'm going to move this pin now while I remember before I try to roll anything up. So that is pretty much the layer, the top layer. When I stitch this down, I'm going to have I want a clear corner here. because you just need that one bit of structure to just help your eye cope with all the messiness. All right, I think that is all of my bits done. So I didn't put a basket on, but I will do that probably in my final go around once I've stitched on buttons and bobs. So now let's have a look at this pile of goodies. Little flowers. All right, this is off an unfinished doily that I got. Up there. So this is, like I said, this is the middle piece of the bottom. So the edge will be the bottom edge will be the bottom edge of the quilt, but these bits will be joining. So these overlapping bits will just all blend together with the piece next door. And it sounds like it doesn't work, but it does. It works really well because I have no straight lines, and so the lines just all disappear. I'm popping them all on my work in progress tray, putting the baskets on top so I remember. Now these are all pretty big and impactful things, so I'm just going to have a quick look to see which, if any, I would like to use. Because again, when I was pulling these out, I hadn't decided to use this, which is kind of the statement that I wanted to make. Look at this, isn't that divine? Where do you go? So that's just beautiful as a flappy taggy bit thing. So a little bird there. I wonder how you would look just tucked in there like that, doubled up as a tag. Okay. You can see I've got lots more stitching to do now. So that's you done. Take you back. I'm not putting any more red on, so that little guy can go away. Excuse me for now. Again, not putting any more red. And of course, everything I've put is red and brown. I do think that I don't want that on there either. I don't want any pink. And I don't think I have the space for another visually, unless I just did that on the white, so that the white, I just need to get over the white, don't I? The white just is white. So this is really nice. It's got two very different sides. I might just give it a trim and see if I can use a couple of pieces individually, a couple of little flowers individually. I quite like these on their own. Oh, sorry, ignore the dog. The dog is getting used to having a new cat, and obviously has been sent to the veranda. She's a golden retriever. She's just friendly, like really, really friendly. And if you're a little kitty cat, it's probably a lot. Okay. Let me see if I can just get them to get the dog to stop barking. All right, so the last few. There she goes, she's gone inside. Last few things to pop on. You know what? I think I am pretty much done, to be honest. My brain's just saying stop. The last thing I have are some buttons and shiny things. So I do tend to do sets of 3 or 5 or 1, or I've got some little bits and bobs here. Look at these 3 beautiful buttons that I have here. I'm going to start with them. Let's look for a place to put them like that. That's not too. And then see how you're tempted to go 1, 2, 3, but that won't work because if you're going to be straight on here, you have to be straight with everything. That's how that works. Either everything's off center or nothing is. I'm just going to pin these in place. These are just part of my button collection, which I transferred all my buttons to a suitcase, to an old suitcase, after seeing a suitcase in an op shop in Gympie full of buttons, and I'm actually quite embarrassed how many buttons I have. Look, I didn't actually mean to put these in size order. That's not going to work for me. Random that up a bit. And I think actually just sitting with my buttons is now an activity I could do. Does anyone else feel like that? That just sitting with a suitcase full of buttons, I'll show you at the end of this video, is just an activity in itself on a Tuesday night. I do apologise for all the ridiculous noise through the floor today. I don't know what's going on upstairs. There we go. 3 buttons there, but they will not be there. They'll be offset there somewhere. What have I got next? I have these beautiful heart buttons. That one's slightly bigger. That's good. They're not the same. There's where the heart is. Let's just see where I want you guys. I might just put you here. And let's balance you out. I might put you either up here. No, don't want that. Down here we are. 3. So look at these beautiful little blue buttons. I'm going to put them together. I think I'll put 2 of them together. I love this little bird one. It's beautiful. It's glass. It's absolutely divine. I might just put you here. Where's my other 3 up there? Actually, I might put you on there like that. Like that. I am going to pin him this way just to pin him on, because otherwise, so when I put these on, they will be halfway off the side of this on there. So they won't be in the middle of this or in the middle of this. They'll be sort of 1, 2 there. So that they're offset. So I am just about done pinning. Once I'm finished pinning, I'm going to go upstairs and have some dinner. And then I want to come back down on a sneaky Thursday night, and I'm not going to bed till I've stitched down everything that I have put on today. So what's left over here are some bits and pieces that I can still hang. I'm not loving that. But some beautiful timber buttons. I have this house button, and I have a few little bits of these. See, I actually really like these as window boxes, but I kind of put other stuff there. I guess you could do it along there. No, I don't like that now. So I'm sure these 2 will find a home. Who knows what side, because they're just beautiful on both sides. And then also from Tate's Vintage Jewelry, I have this stunning buttons. Look at these. They're beautiful, vintage. I'm not really a sparkly girl. I know there's a lot of stuff out there at the moment with, that's sparkly and glittery. It's not me at all, but I love the vintage kind of ugliness of these, basically. So these are all buttons from Tate's Vintage. Look at that. That's definitely finding a home on here. And then, I don't know what they are, a few little charms. So there's a few little things here that will find a home, probably in a flower or just as an additional little bit of interest. So they are there to use. And then my hat will go back somewhere, and my little blue heart. So I'm going to attach just a little pin to the back of him, and he can just go on, and I will probably do a little bit of embroidery here on the top of him. He might even get one of these beautiful little buttons on him and make him a bit special so that he can go on here somewhere. So if I'm looking at that now, I would probably presume he might even be, let me have a look. Kind of makes me want to go there. And then my hat, which is the sun hat, might even be up there, I think. So that is what I am left with. I have this button, which I haven't finished. So that's where I'm up to. I'm going to go up and have some dinner, and I will come back and carry on. Thanks for watching. And if you're new, thanks so much for subscribing. I'm so grateful. Rachel and Sarah have mentioned me quite a bit in their videos. So if you've come over here from them, thank you so much. I think Kate in the Nest may have mentioned me as well. I know that Kate does some slow stitching as well. So thank you and welcome. And I hope you find something here to inspire you.